News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800, 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Excuse me, my allergies. You should follow me on Twitter. There's 3 people who are like crazy nuts, like scary, but also amusing to watch. That are like saying crazy things on social media. They're putting their faces in front of a camera and saying, well, like these are women. They're miserable women. These are the crazy cat ladies JD Vance talked about. You got to follow me on Twitter. You got to see some of this stuff. I get a lot of stuff across the wire that I share, and it's incredible. I mean, I can't even begin to describe the people as they look. They don't realize they're so mentally ill, so crazy. They're like staring in the camera, looking, and it's like, you guys have jobs. There's a teacher in Ohio at her desk in the school who's now on suspension. Talking about like she wants people to wear certain bracelets to identify themselves so that and share their address and their pictures so we can know who you are, so that we know we're safe around you. Like, I mean, these people, there's a chick who I don't want to be mean, but her face is like a triangle going down to her body, and she looks like she's 500 pounds overweight, and she's talking about like it's okay to eat a lot of ice cream because you're depressed. She's struggling to breathe. And then she's like, if you need a suicide line, call the number. I'm like, this woman, these people. And there's some lady with like crooked eyes, like staring into the thing, like talking to you. I don't understand these people. They look, first of all, I pray to God they don't have a man in their lives, because can you imagine being married to somebody like this? This is the soy boy. They marry these people. These people are nuts, and they're not attractive. And when you get so disgusted and angry at stuff and calling somebody an orange bag of vomit, another one called an orange piece of S, when you do this stuff, it's ugly no matter what you look like. You know what I'm saying? If you're attractive, it's ugly. Nobody wants to be around you. Your husband is basically thwacked off as you know what and as you know what's down there. I mean, he has none. You're a mentally ill, crazy lady. And I don't know, you might feel that way, by the way. And that we all have feelings that we don't want people to know about, right? Or thoughts, like, you know what I mean? I don't share them. How could you be so out of it that you share this stuff publicly to let everybody know who you are? Like your coworkers, your employers, the people who pay write your checks, they're going to see this. I don't want this person around me. Do you? Do you want this person working for you people? These people are, I don't care what their views are. Just shut up and keep it out of the, you know what I mean? It's okay to share you're depressed or down or something, but like these people are nuts. It's otherworldly. It's crazy what these people do, and I think I can't believe they actually think they're doing something good. They look mentally ill, and they're very ugly, and it's very unattractive regardless of their looks. And the fact that they put this on there shows how mentally unstable they are right now. You know what I mean? Hi, this is me. I'm really ugly, and I want to do bad things, and I'm letting everybody know who I am so that I can get fired. You know what I mean? Light your hair on fire like an Islamist. I like that. Blow up your life. These people are, it's amusing, but it's also like disturbing, right? Okay, sorry. Unfettered immigration for 4 years. All of them need to be gone. What does it do? Well, Friday morning in Amsterdam, Jews came in from Israel to watch Tel Aviv in a soccer match against another team in the Netherlands, and about 30 or 40 or 50 radical Islamists, Muslim men, targeted the Israeli attendees of a soccer match. They attacked them, beat the hell out of them in their hotel rooms. They tried to bust into restaurants and beat the hell out of them. Crowbars were used by waiters to block them from busting in and to kill the Jews and murder the Jews and beat the Jews. They went through the subways beating Jews, attacking them, almost killing them. This was a pre-planned attack, reports Jonathan Podhertz under the column Pogrom 2024. The authorities in the Dutch city had no clue what to do or how to engage because they've let in so many radical Islamists. This is what Joe and Kamala have done, and this is why every person that has come here in the last 4 years illegally must be thrown out of here. The friends that he was texting that have had people there on the ground visiting, family visiting the soccer games, they couldn't reach some of them. Some of them hid out in their hotel rooms. This was the Kristallnacht. You know what I mean? This is what it was. Hunt the Jews, kill the Jews, beat the Jews, planned everywhere. Kill them, kill them, kill them. Those are migrants. They are migrants. We have let in 14 million, 16 million migrants. Oh, we're not going to say they're illegals let in. We feel sorry for them. Oh, let them all in. And watch them beat and kill Jews. I'll be damned. Get them all out of here. All of them. All of them. That's what that gets us. All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to. Well, not sorry. There you go. One line open. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Venezuelan Biden-Harris illegal in DFW wonders what will happen to her. Oh, I popped out a baby. Oh, my husband. You know what? This is your problem. You came here a year ago. Get out of here. You're gone. There could be a massive illegal migrant surge before Trump takes power. This came in from NBC News. I'll give you details in a second on that. What do you want Trump to do to the cartels? He's declaring war on them today. What should he do to the millions of illegals Kamala and Joe let in, the 16 million? And do you have sympathy for the millions of illegal immigrants that came in these past 4 years that aren't committing crimes? And what should Trump do about the sanctuary states refusing to cooperate? And what do you think will happen to them? That's what I'm talking about with you at 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Miles in Rowlett, you're on WBAP. What do you got?
Well, actually, I'm back home in Garland now, but it's okay. I think maybe incentivize the illegals to go back. We will give you a new number as you get to the border to go back home, and as you get the number, you will be considered in that order to be considered to come back in, to file to come back in as a citizen, temporary, whatever.
Even if that means we're gonna let them. There's people who have come here who've been applying and done it right, and they're waiting 10 years. Let them go in front of them to reward them.
Yes.
Yes.
Let the people
so reward the illegals. Reward the illegals here now, and put them at the front of the line. Let them cut in front still.
No, just the ones. You go. You get a number. You go back home for a year while we investigate your application to come back in. And then we'll start bringing you back in.
Yes,
in the order with which you got.
Yes,
to the
they get to cut. They get to cut in front of the people waiting 10 years, paying thousands. Sounds great. Let them cut in line.
No. Those are still people that have applied legally. I'm talking about the illegals that are here. Get out of here. Go back home. We'll give you numbers, and then in a year after we've processed all your information, then you can be the ones to come back in the same order that you left.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Number one, number two, number three, number four.
No. Here's what you're not hearing. There are people that are sitting in those countries right now that have already applied and paid the fees and are waiting 5-10 years. You literally want the people. Please let me finish. Right? Let me finish. Yes, they're doing it legally. You want to let these people here right now illegally from Kamala and Joe. You want them to leave but get on the front of the line in front of the people waiting 10 years in their countries doing it the right way?
No. Those people have priority that are doing it the right way. I'm talking about the people that are here illegally, that crossed our borders illegally. Give them numbers to go back home on the way out. We will process their applications, and then in a year or so after they've been cleared, then we will start allowing them to come back into the country as we need or as they're approved in the order that they voluntarily left.
Don't you understand, though? Don't you understand? There are people, I don't think you're hearing me still. This is my third attempt. It's going to be the final one. There are people that have never done this, that are sitting there and never, and in these other countries and those countries, that have never came into our country illegally, that have already applied, that have paid thousands and have been waiting for 5 years or 10 years. You're literally saying that people, stop for a second, let me finish. You're literally saying the people that came here legally in the last 4 years are rewarded by leaving and coming back in a year sooner than the people that have done it right in their country and waited 10 years.
This just applies to the illegals that are here.
Okay, I don't understand.
Outside.
Are you understanding? Hold on one second. Are you understanding what he's saying?
I do.
No, not you. I'm asking my producer. What is he saying? My producer needs to explain this to me. I'm serious. I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, the people.
Hold on. Wait 1 second. Let me put you on hold. Go ahead, sir. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, my producer's talking to me. Yeah, if you volunteer right after that to leave, you get priority to come back in a year and apply illegally. The disconnect is that I'm saying they're jumping in front of people that have already applied and are waiting to come legally that have waited for 5-10 years. And Miles, I don't think you're understanding that. You want to bump people here illegally already in front of the people that have been waiting 5 or 10 years to do it lawfully in the same country that have applied 5-10 years ago. Is that what you're saying? Bump them in front of the people waiting for 5-10 years already doing it the right way?
I couldn't hear anything that you were
talking all right. I didn't ask you to hear the producer. I asked you to hear me. All right. I got to let you go. I can't do this. I can't talk for 15 minutes. Still not understanding you. What you're saying to me is what I understand that you're saying to me. And I don't mean to be rude to you, but I can't talk to you for 20 minutes trying to figure out what you're saying. I've asked 3 times and you've explained and I don't understand it. What I hear you saying is that if you're here illegally, we're going to reward you. You go home. We'll see you in a year. We'll let you in. But yet the people who never came here illegally, they're not here, they've never been here, that went to our embassy and applied and have been waiting 5 or 10 years and paid $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 and are just about to be let in a year or 2 or 3 legally, that these people here now are going to be bumped in and come back in a year or 2. Hell no. No, they can go back and we can tell them if you don't leave, you will never be allowed to be here legally. You can apply when you get there. We'll see you in 5-10 years. I think they need to do it the way everybody else does it and be gotten the heck out of here. I appreciate your call, and that's what I think you were saying, and I think that's way wrong because you're still rewarding people by letting them cut in front of the line of people who never came here illegally that applied 5 years ago and are still waiting. I have an in-law that did that, and she did it the right way, and it took several years and thousands of dollars and lawyers. And nobody should be cut in front of that does it the right way. That's incentivizing it. That's giving another magnet. I appreciate your call, and thank you very much. I'm not going to go through time number 4 to figure out what you're saying. Thank you, though. I'll let the listeners tell me if where I'm wrong on that. 800-288-WBAP, one line open, and we're going to continue. I'm going to share with you also the illegal migrant surge that's coming up and what they're saying on WhatsApp back and forth to each other, according to NBC News. Next, one line open, 800-288-WBAP. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Biden administration planning for a possible migrant surge, illegal migrant surge, because of Trump's coming now. This is some of the stuff on WhatsApp. After the 21st of January, they're saying, the illegals, he'll close the borders with extreme security, said one person in WhatsApp. Until the 10th of January, there's a chance, said another who doesn't realize it's January 20th. My sister is still in Mexico. I couldn't stop thinking of her. Another one says he takes power on the 21st of January. He can't make any decree yet. There's not a lot of time left. He has the decrees already in his mind. You have until January to enter. So they're just going nuts. And so Alejandro Mayorkas, aren't you going to miss my pedo voice after Trump takes over? He's making plans to try to deal with the illegals. By the way, let your kids come out to play with me. I'm stopping by soon. All right. All right. Trump declaring war on the cartels. What do you want to do with these millions of illegals? Do you have sympathy for the ones who are not doing crimes now, even though they did a crime to get here illegally? Joe in Arlington and Nathan in Saginaw, plus your call, 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Nathan, Saginaw, you go first. You're on WBAP. Hello, what do you got?
Well, all right. How are you doing?
Good. There he is. There's Nathan. How are you, bud?
I ain't too bad. You had a caller earlier, and I just wanted to say that it doesn't matter how nice these people are. It's the fact that they're taking American jobs, and there's no better way to take over a country than to take the job.
They just have no business here. Yeah, they have no business here.
Well, they'll come over, they'll work for half price. These companies will hire them, and that used to be illegal. I don't know if it still is, but
they're also They're also driving up our housing, according to the Fed, the Massachusetts, the Boston Fed, because they're filling up houses everywhere, and they're driving up the price of housing. There's less housing available.
My rent went up $70 last month.
You can blame the illegals. There's a lot of them here too.
Of course. So I just wanted to point that out. It's not the kindness. These are very, very intelligent people coming from other countries, they're not a bunch of stupid people coming over.
Well, don't say that. Don't say that. A lot of Venezuelans here legally say they don't want the ones here. They're criminals. They're not the ones you want. They're saying that themselves.
Yeah.
That's not me saying that. I read that in an article.
Well, that could be true, but they can take anybody's job that's got one here, all the way up to doctors.
I agree. I appreciate your call, Nathan. You sipping your, what do you drink, Miller Lite?
Well, it's Friday night, ain't it?
Yeah, so what, it's a Miller Lite, I think you said?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Nathan. I always love your call. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Take care, brother. Yeah, you the man. Okay, let's go to Joe in Arlington. Joe, you're on WBAP. What's up?
Hey, Chris, Jovan in Arlington. So before I get to the main comment I want to make, sympathy for sure. My dad was one back in the day. So, but I've always said, if you come across illegally and you make it, more power to you. But if we catch you, then this is what we're going to do. Obviously, the Biden administration is not doing that. My dad was deported 1,000 times, and he never complained. He just kept coming back, and like I said before,
where's he from?
Green card.
Originally?
Durango, Mexico.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. This is a whole new illegal immigration. This 4 years was our government destroying this country, choosing it. This wasn't
people walking across. A lot of it was just asylum kind of stuff versus
fake, illegal. It's not asylum. Right. It doesn't qualify. Okay, almost all of them won't be qualified.
They push the little red button, the easy button, and they come across. Yeah, back in the day, my dad came across in the valley, didn't go any further, and he would get deported, and even put him on a ship to go down to be deported. But he kept coming back, and then when he went back one time, my mom, who's also Hispanic, said, "I'm not going to give you a green card. Go do your paperwork." And my dad stayed back, and guess what? He had to stay in Mexico City for an entire year waiting for that green card.
There you go. There you go.
So because the incentive, it's not as easy as now. That's why my dad would always say, he passed away last year, but he was like,
I'm sorry,
what are these illegals complaining about? In my day, Border Patrol they got us and they never gave us water and they would eat sweet bread in front of us and taunt us and this. But my dad never said that this country owed him. But before, so sympathy, yes, absolutely. And also, before I forget, when people say Mexicans will take jobs Americans don't want, there's a rest. Remember Paul Harvey? The rest of the story.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing: they will do the job that Americans won't do, but for that amount of money.
For the salary. I gotta go. If the salary is bigger, they will do it, and if they're not there, then they'll pay more, and the Americans will do it. There's no job an American won't do for the right pay. 800-288-WBAP is our number. We have two lines open. 800-288-9227. We'll talk to Rhino in Royce City and Vaughn in Beaumont. Plus your call coming up next on the Chris Crock Show on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Also, I'm going to share about what's happening to another illegal migrant caravan. Are they actually abandoning it now that Trump won? I will tell you about that. Also, a judge rules on Biden's program for undocumented spouses, illegal spouses, becoming illegal. Guess what? We might have some good news on that. That's next as well. Where were we? The illegal invasion. Trump says there's no cost. And all of them will be gotten out of here. He's going to do military action against the, we call it the drug cartels. It's awesome. It's very called for. We also have some good news. The illegals that are married to people. Joe Biden and Kamala try to pass this thing. Oh, look, we just launched a program. If you're an illegal and you're married to someone, you can get amnesty. Oh, ding, 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 ding. Nope. A federal judge struck down the Biden policy that aimed to ease the path to citizenship for illegals married to U.S. citizens. Get the heck out of here. No. Do it the right way. There's 320 million people or more here. Find a spouse here. Or if they're legally, God bless you, marry them from anywhere. I don't care. Nobody cares. Just don't bring them here illegally and marry them and then say, whoa, I got an anchor baby now. Oh, you're tearing apart my family. Get out of here. So that's a nice little ruling. The federal judge struck it down. And they said the Biden administration overstepped the authority by implementing a program that stretched the legal interpretation, past its breaking point. There you go. Meanwhile, this is from Newsweek today. Illegal migrant caravan. Some of them are abandoning the caravan as Trump quote, kills the dream of getting out. He's a dream killer. Ah! Get out. Quote, this is the end of my dream getting out of Cuba. Let me tell you something about Cuba. There are many amazing Cuban Americans that I worked for an attorney that taught me a lot, and she really lifted me up and helped make me who I am today. And I was wanting to go into law at first, so she really mentored me a lot and such. And Ted Cruz is Cuban, his dad Rafael's Cuban, and they're evangelicals, they're amazing people. And then here's a Venezuelan one. It just doesn't matter. Get out of here. And the people of Cuba had a Category 3 hurricane that just hit them, and their power is out half the time because they're communists. There's nothing left. It's a disaster. It's the future of America if it keeps electing people like Kamala Harris. And I prayed for them this morning. I saw that they had their power knocked out by a hurricane. It's just... Yeah, there's that country's godforsaken with these with the regime, and I do feel for them very badly, but it's got to be done the right way. So it is what it is. Okay, let's go to your call. And the questions are, what do you want to do to the cartels? And what do you want Trump to do to the cartels? What should he do with the millions of illegals Kamala and Joe let in, the 16 million? And do you have any sympathy for the illegals here that are not committing crimes that came over in the past 4 years from Kamala and Joe? And what should Trump do about these sanctuary states refusing to cooperate? 800-288-WBAP is our number. 3 lines open, 800-288-9227. Let's go first to... Which one do we go to first? Okay, we go to Rhino in Royce City, then we'll go to Vaughn in Beaumont. Rhino, WBAP. What do you got?
What's up, Chris? How you doing tonight?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good. Hey, I was out here in Royce City. Just got off of work, so I got out here from Dallas.
Excellent.
Just want to make a comment. You know, we got to get this alliance going between the Department of Defense. We ought to get the Homeland Security and the Justice Department all on board with this military operation that Trump wants to do with this deportation. So that alliance is going to be strong to get all 3 of those departments together on the same page and coordinate that. As far as deporting them, not sure how he's going to go about it. Hasn't really laid out his plan yet as far as, like, are you going door to door? Are you going to Home Depot and Lowe's and getting the guys out front, you know, trying to get work for the day? But as far as the border goes, we know how that's going to operate. You're just going to strengthen the border with more guys. He's going to bring in military from overseas, and he's going to load up the border. We don't have enough Border Patrol agents right now currently. They're in desperate need of people down there to help with this border crisis. So bringing in National Guard and other military operatives, whether it be, you know, Army, Navy, whatever, they're going to have to load up the border. But how are they going to go about it, actually getting people in the country as opposed to already getting them at the border before they come across?
Well, I mean, I think that Trump will do a good job of figuring that out. I mean, right now, he made a call. He made a call to the New York mayor, and then the next day after, the New York mayor said, "I'm cutting off the food stuff, the free food," and you know, I don't know if he finds mayors. And red state governors, you know, governors who want to get this out, cities who want to get it out, they might have a way of identifying who's who. And then the Trump administration can figure out a way they're going to approach people. I don't know.
I mean, it's as easy as saying that, like, hey, he's going to go and find these guys and help with the governors. I mean, obviously Abbott's on board. Abbott's, you know, trucking in people out of the state to other blue states and dropping them off. So, as opposed to doing that, now you're taking more time to go up to New York or whatever to get them to bring them back down to Mexico. So I know I appreciate Governor Abbott's attempt at getting these guys out of our state, but it's kind of.
Can you imagine what he can do with? Can you imagine what he can do with the president, with the power of the presidency and the federal government backing him?
Well, exactly, and the Senate and the House all on board too. Yeah, there's some amazing changes.
But the Trump ICE and the Trump Department of Homeland Security, if they synergize with states that want to help, I don't see how he couldn't get a lot of these illegals out of here.
Yeah, it's going to have to be state and local police as well. You can't just have...
They will. In jurisdictions that are friendly to Trump's efforts to deport people, they will.
Right.
And
he's pretty pro-blue, and most of the cops really do support him. So
think about Tennessee. Think about Tennessee. Think about, I mean, there's a bunch of states. And so you see the governor of Massachusetts attacking Trump, asked directly on MSNBC, will you cooperate your sanctuary state? And she says, no, absolutely not. So I think in situations like that, I think Trump can still get every criminal out, and he might have a novel way of getting other non-criminals other than coming here illegally out. But you could see, think about it, in California, Governor Newsom is literally calling a special session to block everything Trump wants to do to him, to his state. So I think absolutely. You could see a surge, and I really thought about this. This is, this is like an experiment, pouring this into that. You don't know what's going to happen, but I think we could see a real surge of illegals going to those places and devastating them. And I think it's great. Let them eat their swill.
Gavin Newsom is all open arms for these guys. He's open arms. He has been.
But can you imagine if you get 50,000 more illegals that pour into his state, or 100,000 because of this? Because of this, they flee there?
Did you see how much they turned red, though, on this election compared to 2020?
Yes, but not enough.
That state is so much more red now, so there's a lot of people there. Mm-hmm. Even though the blues around all the major cities of L.A., San Francisco, that state's not going to put up with that crap.
Well, I don't know. I will tell you that I got to roll now, but I appreciate your great call right now. I got to tell you, the Trump 15-point increase from 2020 in New York City, a 10% increase in 10-point increase in Detroit, 10% Dallas, 8-point increase in Houston. Los Angeles, he got 15 points, and they're still counting, more than last time. San Francisco, 10 points. Can we pop Vaughn on real fast? Because we're going to go into some fun stuff in the next segment. Vaughn Beaumont, WBAP. Let's go.
Yes. Before I get to my point, I would like to say that whatever Trump has to do to affect, the border, he needs to do that, on national television in front of the American people to show that it don't take an act of Congress to pass it, and the Democrats will just deny.
Right.
But that way people can visibly see exactly, what they were lying about. Now, what I really called about is that, people are puzzling about why the interest rate is staying so high.
And by the way, mortgages today went right back up to the highest level ever since Biden took over. Today, they went back up.
Yes. Now, not just mortgage rates, but I'm talking about just the, inflation, the cost of goods and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we have how many illegals? 15 million? Well,
16 million.
When you have increased demand, then that's going to keep inflation higher. And so when people puzzling about that, I mean, it's easy to see, when you look at the cause and not try to puzzle over it, like this local guy at the radio was saying that he thought it was from an increased number of wealthy people, but you can only eat so much.
Oh, no. Yeah. I will tell you about the wealthy people I read in the Wall Street Journal that I think it was them, the demand for, you and I think as average people and everybody else as average people have wondered who's got this money to increase the demand and doing all this spending, right? And a story came out, I think it was in the Journal or something, a business publication of that nature, and they said, I read it, and they said that all the increase in spending is coming from the wealthy Americans. They have the money.
No, so I think I put my finger on it. It's illegal. Increase consumers, increase number of.
Well,
consumers.
You're right. When you have 16 million people come in, the Massachusetts Fed said that they've driven up housing because you have 16 million people that are in housing now. So that means less housing available across this country.
Cost of food and everything else.
Well, anything. It's anything. Any consumable is driven up. So.
Right. It's like a hurricane response every day.
I appreciate your great call, Vaughn from Beaumont. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, sir. Take care now. Okay, coming up next in the Chris Crocker Show, we're going to have some fun. We're going to have a lot of fun with the leftists. flooding Google with Canada searches, Harvard professors canceling classes, University of Oregon staffer telling Trump supporters to kill themselves. And we're just going to have fun listening to liberal tears fill up our cups. So get your mug ready to be filled up with liberal tears. We'll laugh, we'll have fun, and you can even call in and talk to us about that. Isn't it fun to hear their liberal tears, their moans? And which one is your favorite? Maybe you heard one, saw one today that I'm not going to play, but we'll talk about that next. Follow me on, you can see all these liberal tears, everything you hear me cover and do on this show has been tweeted out on my Twitter feed at Chris Kroc Show. That's at Chris Kroc Show, ChrisKrok. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Same address, at Chris Kroc Show, ChrisKrok. Oh, this is fun, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Isn't it fun to hear their liberal tears, their moans? Which is your favorite? Maybe it's something you saw on my Twitter feed, at Chris Kroc Show. Maybe it's something that you've seen on one of the other, news or talk outlets, or maybe it's something that you've seen on social media that I might not hit. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. What did I have here? Hold on a second. I had a great one that there was this is happening everywhere. There's crazy ladies up and down the social media sphere panicking, attacking. There was apparently a teacher at a public school in California who in the middle of the class got up and made some insane comments about Hitler and all this other stuff today in the middle of the class. There's crazy lady. Here we go. A California public school teacher had a total meltdown in class because Trump won. He compared Trump to Hitler, told kids they could end up in concentration camps, called them privileged, said Kamala lost because of racism, sexism, and more. I'm not going to play this. I'm going to read the text because it probably isn't bleeped out. This S is not an effing game, you're swearing. Can you end up in a concentration camp in your lifetime? Yes. Can you end up with no human rights? Yes. Has Donald Trump quoted Hitler? Yes. Does he embody some of Hitler's ideas? Yes. Donald Trump won because black men and brown men didn't show up for a vote for Kamala. I know a lot of Latino men in this campus that love Donald Trump, and he's called their mothers rapists. He called their fathers rapists, and they didn't vote for him. I know a lot of Latino men that wish they were white. A lot of your fathers, a lot of your uncles, this guy's crazy. A lot of your grandfathers, God, they want to be white so bad, but they never will be. I hate that S word. I hate Latino men that oppress the women in their family, their own daughter. This guy, can you believe this insanity? God effing hate the patriarchy. If you're a young man right now in front of me, I hope you hate it too. You get the privilege of not being born with a uterus. Do you have privilege because you live here? Yes, you got a F ton of private privilege living in this great state. Trump said people who fight for the military are stupid cowards. He got drafted in Vietnam, fake medical. I mean, this guy's insane. And he obtained an email. This is from Cordy Angelis. Cordy Angelis. We follow each other. He's a big school choice evangelist guy here out of Texas. I've obtained an email from the principal to a parent indicating he was involved in an incident. Mr. Perez's AP, listen to this, AP World History class at Valley View High School in Moreno Valley Unified School District. We do not condone the behavior that was exhibited in the class Wednesday. He's listed as the school's advisor for the AP Mental Club. All right, here's more. Let's play some more, shall we? Here is a liberal lady shaving her head.
I given up on America? I've also given up on coloring this hair because, right? Coloring my hair, having my hair be long and luxurious, all that shit. Being skinny, being hot, being all the things.
I'm going to give you a hint. She's not skinny or hot anyways. She's not an attractive woman. She's a little less attractive. She's shaving her hair off. These people are, I love this though. I mean, she's going to make herself to look like a psychotic uglier lady than ever, and then she's gonna be like, why is nobody wanting to give me any attention? Why does everybody look at me like a mental patient?
Patriarchy wants us to be, because clearly they don't give a shit about us. And I'm talking to you too, those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required to do it.
These people are just nuts. It's not even fun. It's like really disturbing, isn't it? Woo! Oh, The View. Listen to The View. They're going to deport your abuela.
Black people voted for somebody they know is a racist. Latinos voted for somebody they know is going to deport their abuela. Yeah. Puerto Ricans voted for somebody they know treats them like trash and has people around them who actually calls them trash. White women voted for somebody they know took away their reproductive rights.
And something's wrong with America. You guys are wrong, not us. You're the thing that's wrong. Listen to this.
It's condescending. It's condescending. What's condescending? The way that the left speaks to its voters. It really is.
A message of joy and inclusiveness?
No, the message of not being educated.
Do you hear the joy in this?
Being dumb and what's wrong with America. Who said that?
Sonny just did. What is wrong with America?
My point here is that
that's not what Kamala Harris said.
No. My point is, I don't blame Joe Biden. I don't blame Kamala Harris. Go back as far as you want. I blame a messaging within the Democratic Party.
You don't blame the Republican Party at all?
And then last but not least, a 2-second one. A University of Oregon professor, after Trump wins, to tell all the students that voted for him to kill themselves.
Go jump off of a
bridge. There you go. Go jump off of an effing bridge. Woo! Hey, guys. Breaking news. Trump still won. Landslide.